Hello, this is Opinion Radar. If you're into DIY woodworking or looking to get started, you know that the right tools can make all the difference between a clean, professional finish and a project that looks rushed or amateurish. One of the most essential yet often overlooked components? Your router bits. Today, we're diving into the Bosch RBS015MBS 15-piece carbide-tipped router bit set, a collection that promises to deliver precision, variety, and the kind of reliability Bosch is known for. Priced at $80, it's positioned as a mid-tier option aimed at hobbyists and weekend builders who want quality without the premium price tag. But does it actually deliver on that promise? Over the next few minutes, I'll walk you through my hands-on experience with each aspect of this set, from real-world performance across different wood types to build quality versatility, and whether it truly earns a permanent spot in your workshop. Let's get into it. When I first unboxed the Bosch RBS015MBS 15-piece carbide-tipped router bit set, I was immediately struck by how organized and thoughtfully laid out everything was. The clear, durable case gives you a quick visual of all the bits, no rummaging around trying to figure out which profile you're grabbing. Each bit feels solid in hand, with that premium heft you'd expect from Bosch. The carbide tips are razor sharp right out of the gate, and I didn't need to do any touch-ups before diving into my first project. I've used them with both my DeWalt plunge router and a compact trim router, and they've seated securely every time. The 1/4-inch shank is the standard for most hobbyist and mid-tier routers, so compatibility isn't an issue. For anyone just getting into woodworking or looking to round out their bit collection without overspending, this set is a smart starting point. One of the biggest strengths of this set is its versatility. Whether you're shaping edges on a coffee table, adding a chamfer to a picture frame, or trimming laminate flush with cabinetry, chances are you've got a bit in here that'll do the job. I recently used the roundover and flush trim bits on a pine bookshelf I was building, and the results were clean and professional looking, minimal tear out, even on the end grain. I also gave the chamfer bit a run on some cedar boards, and it created a crisp, consistent bevel that added just the right amount of detail. The variety isn't just for show. It covers most common tasks you'd tackle in a home shop, from functional joints to decorative flourishes. That makes this set incredibly practical for weekend warriors or even seasoned DIYers who want a go-to kit for smaller projects. Now let's talk performance. These bits aren't industrial grade, and I don't think Bosch is marketing them as such. But for hobby level to intermediate work, they hold up remarkably well. I've put in several hours of routing across different woods, mostly softwoods like pine and cedar, but also some harder maple, and the edges remain sharp with no noticeable dulling. I did notice one thing. If you push the router too slowly or let it linger in one spot, you can get some burn marks. But that's not a flaw in the bit. It's usually a telltale sign your feed rate is off or the router speed isn't matched to the bit diameter. Once I adjusted my technique, the cuts were smooth and clean. I will say I wish the set included a 1/4-inch flush trim bit. There's only a 1/2-inch one, which is overkill for smaller edge banding jobs and leaves behind more chips than necessary. Durability is where opinions might split. On one hand, I've had bits from other brands chip or lose their edge after just a couple of uses, especially on resin-rich woods. These have held up far better. The carbide tips show no signs of fracturing, and the steel bodies seem well balanced, minimizing vibration during use. That said, I've heard, and cautiously agree, that these aren't forever tools. If you're running a production shop or need bits that can handle daily heavy use, you'll eventually want to invest in higher-end options. But for someone like me, building furniture on weekends, sprucing up trim work, or crafting decorative pieces, these offer a great balance of performance and value. They're reliable enough to trust on visible projects without sweating every pass. The storage case is both a win and I'll admit, a bit of a weak spot. On the plus side, the clear top makes identification easy, and the molded interior keeps everything snug and rattle-free. I love that there's a little printed guide showing each bit's profile. You don't have to play guess which one makes a Roman OG every time. It's a small detail, but it adds a lot of convenience. That said, I've heard from a few folks and noticed on one of my older Bosch sets that the latches can be fragile and the case sometimes arrives with cracks. Mine was fine, but I can see how rough shipping or frequent transport might compromise it over time. I'd recommend storing it on a shelf rather than tossing it in the back of a truck. A more rugged case would have elevated this set from great to outstanding. Overall, I'd say this router bit set punches well above its $80 price tag. It delivers consistent performance, a thoughtful variety of profiles, and that dependable Bosch quality that gives you confidence every time you fire up the router. It's not trying to replace high-end, specialized bits, but it absolutely eliminates the need to buy them one at a time when you're still figuring out which profiles you actually use. Whether you're adding soft curves to a headboard or cleaning up the edges of a DIY countertop, this set has your back. For beginners, it's a no-brainer. For more experienced woodworkers, it's a solid backup or travel kit. After several projects with it, I'm well pleased, so much so that I'm now considering picking up the larger 30-piece version for even broader coverage. If you want clean, professional results without breaking the bank, this Bosch set is worth every penny. If you're ready to route your way to cleaner, more precise projects, the Bosch RBS015MBS set is a reliable companion from start to finish. Don't let great results slip through the cracks. Hit like if this helped, and subscribe for more honest reviews that keep your workshop humming.